Yo, mic checker, microphone wrecker. Yes, now bless now. There's Rocksteady in the house at King of the Pit TV. Oh, I got a nice little tool today. Bada bing, bada boom. Thought I'd caught myself a little summer at the weekend. I'm going to give you a little review and a little rating, yeah? So we've listened to a couple of Ramones records now, including the self-titled, obviously. We started off there, and then we moved on to Leave Home, alright? And people, I'm tired. I've been grafted hard, alright? So, Leave Home. Yeah, in particular, I've been having a couple of run-throughs of the remastered, alright? I did the same with the debut. Not only did we listen to the original recordings, or at least some way down the line, I personally listened to the original recordings. Aside the remasters, I've done it with Leave Home as well. Now, this album came out not so long after the debut. Like, there was a very brief period in between the release of the two. So, either they got straight to work or these tunes were, left on the back burner, which I don't know if that's the case, but I do know that bands do that, They come with a wealth of material at the start, and sometimes they'll apply some of the other material onto a latter record. Now, that sort of has an effect for the most part as to where the second record doesn't really have the emphasis and the magic of the first, purely as it's like, you know, it's not the best songs that were chosen for the first. And I say that to say this record is good, but it isn't as good as the debut. Alright? And within this, the second record, we're starting to see a pattern emerge of the early Ramones process of sort of just creating songs, hoping that they will stick. Alright? Some of these songs, to me, don't have, some of the melody either hits you or it doesn't, people. We're looking at three chords a song, three power chords a song, two sections a song. And if the vocal melody, if the chorus doesn't hit you with the right emphasis, doesn't establish a good hook, if you, like me, find a particular melody a bit corny or something along the lines of that and find the track skippable, then you're not going to return to that track. But some of the songs will hit you. If you're a fan of the Ramones, you like some songs. I doubt you will like them all as an entirety. That's the same with any band, isn't it, really? But the Ramones aren't pushing the boundaries at this stage in their career. They just come into the table with two power chords, three power chords, a hook, maybe a slight verse, you know what I mean, which is also gonna essentially be written like a chorus section, and they're just gonna get straight into it. That being said, there are some good tunes on here that I do enjoy. The production of this is a little cleaner, a little more modern than what we had on the self-titled record. Do I like it? You know what? I think the original record had a great budget, relatively budget recording, because on the Wikipedia they make an emphasis that it was recorded for like 6.4 grand. That's what we'd call it here, $6,400, which in the 70s would still be, you know what I mean, a couple of quid. It's still not a cheap record to make, but relative to what the labels were fronting for some of the great records at the time, it wouldn't fare very close. But I think they definitely got their money's worth on the debut. The guitar tones in particular I really liked. On this record, it's a little more sharp. It's a little more of a mature sound. In particular, the vocal production is, a lot sharper, a lot more of a better clarity and so forth. But I don't think, me personally, it doesn't touch me the way the original record was recorded. So, I know this is a review and a rating of the album Leave Home, but I can't leave out the fact that its predecessor, the self-titled, was, in my opinion, a fantastic record. It was a really good record. So those high standards here, very high standards. So we approach these songs with the same sort of emphasis. We're still high tempo, high energy. We've not taken our foot off of the gas whatsoever. But I do think there are a few more misses when it comes to the melodic content, when it comes to the actual, writing of the vocal content. I think there's a few more misses than there was on the debut, and that's what I think in regards to that. I mean, that's it. Honestly, the Ramones are such a minimal act in regards to this particular period of their career. The music they were creating was great, unique. I mean, you can't put down what the Ramones have done, but you can only have so much to say about the band because instrumentally it serves a purpose, it gives an energy, it paints the picture, and then lyrically speaking, melodically speaking, it's going to be a hit or a miss. You either enjoy the song or you don't enjoy the song. It's going to be one or the other, and then we're going to click the next track. We're probably going to have near abouts the same experience instrumentally, and whether the melodic, elements of the vocal content touches you there and then. Fingers crossed it does. If it doesn't, we just wait for the next track. I'm going to rate this record uh, a 5 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Quite possibly, I'd give it a 6 if we didn't have the self titled prior to it. But this just feels like, they had to put another record out. And they used the same formula. And given that they used, you know, they had their sound on the debut record, to have another record of it, them just, you know, trying to create the same hook after hook after hook after hook, um, you started to think, can we not just have something a little different? Can we not just have something a little different? So what I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna have a little revision of Rocket to Russia, and I'll give you a review on that because I think we still sort of are within the trilogy of the initial Ramones records where they were in this stage of writing songs in this particular manner before they tried a couple of new things out. So we'll see what Rocket to Russia is saying, but this one was a good record and I enjoyed listening to it. I've got the reaction song by song on the channel. My experience listening to it was a fun one. It is a fun band, it is a fun record. But as far as replay value is concerned, you know what I mean? Some songs more than others, alright? I'm signing out. Peace.